Hello all, welcome back to Sri Sai Tech Edu YouTube channel, Read, Lead, Success. I'm dealing with the subject Python. I've already done one video on Python based on basics of Python. If you have missed, please do watch it. It's in my channel. Today, in this video, I will do all the topics which comes under flow control. These are the contents I'm going to discuss today. Boolean values, comparison operators, mixing Boolean and comparison operators, elements of flow control statements, importing modules, ending a program early with system.sys.exit. Flow control statements can decide which Python instructions to execute under which conditions. What is flow control? As you can see, the name itself is flow control. The flow of the program, how it is controlled. Nothing but how can the program execute one after the other. How it is going, how the control is happening. That is nothing but the flow control. Flow control statements can decide which Python instruction to execute under which conditions. Flow control statements, what they do? Which instructions to execute at which conditions it is going to decide. These flow control statements directly corresponds to the symbols in a flowchart. Flow control statements is nothing but they corresponds to symbols in a flowchart. Once we are done with the what exactly we want the code, we write the flowchart, right? So this flowchart we can understand how exactly the instructions execute under the conditions. For example, see one example here. Start and end is given in a what? A kind of a oval shape. Oval shape, and is raining. Is it raining? If it is raining, yes. If it is raining, have umbrella. If you have an umbrella, you can go outside. If it is not raining, no. If it is not raining, you can go outside. Again here, if you see, have umbrella, yes, go outside. If you don't have umbrella, wait a while. We need to wait a while. Again need to check. Is raining? Yes, wait a while. No, then go outside. Like this, accordingly, the conditions are checked and at last end statement. This diamond shapes is nothing but for the condition, yes or no conditions, we can use the diamond shapes or the rhombus shape which is there. This what is there is this rectangle shape. What is there? What is it? It is the condition what to do. We need to wait or we need to go. It depends on that. The rectangle we can write that this rhombus. What it is for? It is for condition or yes or no. Boolean values. While the integer, floating point and string data types have an unlimited number of possible values, the Boolean data type has only two values, true and false. While the integer, floating point and string data types, they all have different possible values, but Boolean values, what it has? Only true. Either it gives true or false. We'll see one example. Spam equals to true. Spam. Then spam is nothing but what it is stored? True. So true you will give. True. Trace back, there is some error it is telling. Name true is not defined. Why? Because here it is with starting with this small t letter. It should be capital T letter in case of Boolean data type, true and false. Okay. True equals to 2 plus 2. Syntax error. Assignment to keyword. We can't write this true as a keyword, like true like a variable. True equals to 2 plus 2. You can't write like that. Assignment to keyword. This is a keyword. True is a keyword for Boolean value. We can't assign for that some values. So it is syntax error. Boolean values are used in expressions and can be stored in variables. See, this is correct. This is correct. If you don't use the proper case, See, it is not used proper case. True and false for variable names. True and false for a variable name we should not use. We should not use. Okay. So it will show what it is going to show. These two will show to Python will give you an error message like this. Either this or this. It is going to give the error message. Comparison operators. Comparison means what happens? It is between two values and evaluate down to a single Boolean value. Either it is true or false. Like comparison, what we have equals to operator. Whether one variable is equals to other variable or no. Whether one string is equals to other string or no. Like that we are going to compare operator. Exclamation mark equals to, not equals to, it is not equals to, less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than. These are all operators, comparison operators. They evaluate between two values, compare them. If the condition is true, you are going to get the single Boolean value, either true or false. If, for example, if 5 is less than or equals to 5, as you can see, 5 is not less than or equals to, but less than, but it is equals to 5. So this is true. 4 is greater than 6. Is it correct? No. So it is false. Like this, it is going to compare between two values and give a single Boolean value. That is nothing but what? True or false. These operators evaluate to true or false. Yes, there are some more examples. 42 equals to 2. 42. It is true. Yeah. 42 equals to 99. No, false. 2 not equals to 3. 2 is not equals to 3. It is correct. True. 2 not equals to 2. No, 2 is equals to 2. False. Like that, it is going to give the output. If you want, you can write this in the Colab, Google Colab, or interactive shell like Anaconda, Python, Jupyter Lab. You can check it out. It will be easy for you if you do practically in the software. Then you'll understand how exactly the instructions are executing. There are some more examples given here. String can also be compared. Hello equals to hello, but there should be a quotation mark, single quotation mark. Okay. Then if caps and small letter is given, then it is false. Like that, there are different examples you can check out. If you see here, this equals to operator, it is going to check the left hand side values to the right hand side values between two values and give the output. But equals to operator, what it is it is going to put the value on the right side into the variable to the next left side. This 29 is stored in my age, understanding, but you can't use this equals to operator for comparison. Only equals to operator you can use for comparison. Equals to, only equals to, one single equals to is nothing but it is going to put the values on the right side into the variable on the left. The expression 42 equals to 42 evaluates to false because Python consider integer 42 to be different from string 42. If you see one of the example here, 42 equals to this, they took the single quotation marks and given 42. But it is telling wrong. As we know, it is correct. 42 equals to 42. But Python, what it feels is that 42, integer 42 is different from, this is integer 42 and it is different from the string 42, it thinks. Understanding? Boolean operators. The three Boolean operators and, or, and not are used to compare Boolean values. Like comparison operators, they evaluate these expressions down to a Boolean value. Same like comparison operators, Boolean operators will evaluate the Boolean value like true, false. Boolean operators here are what? And, or, and not. Binary Boolean operators, the and or operators always take two Boolean values or expressions, so they are considered binary operators. As we know, and or is between two Boolean values, so they are considered binary operators. And operator evaluates an expression to true if both Boolean values are true. Otherwise, it evaluates to false. See, and operator is nothing but like a and gate. Okay. if true and true. See, true and true is true. True and false is false in AND gate. If you multiply false with true, false. If you multiply false with false, false. See, here true is nothing but 1. False is nothing but 0 if you consider. See, true, 1 into 1 AND gate is 1. 1 into 0, 0. 0 into 1, 0. 0 into 0, 0. As 0 is false, you can see these 3 are false and this is true. Understanding? In that way, you need to compare. When both are true, you will get true. Otherwise, you will get false. Then what you have? Here if you see, on the other hand, OR operator evaluates an expression to true if either of the Boolean values is true. If any of the Boolean value is true, then it will evaluate to true. Otherwise, it evaluates to false. See, true or true. It is true. True or false is also true. False or true is also true. False or false will be false. See, false is 0 and true is 1 we are considering. 1 or 1, 1. 1 or 0 is 1. 0 or 1 is 1. 0 or 0 is 0. Like that. Okay. Or and operator is done. Now we will see NOT gate. NOT operator. Unlike and or, the NOT operator only one Boolean value it has. The NOT operator simply evaluates to the opposite Boolean value. How it is going? Opposite is nothing but what? Not true means false. Not true means false. Not false means it will give true. For example, not true. If you think not true is not 1. 1 will evaluate to 0 for not gate. For not false, 0 will evaluate to 1. The same way here, not true means it will opposite it is going to give. That is false. Not false means true. Mixing of Boolean and comparison operators. Since the comparison operators evaluate to Boolean values, you can use them in expressions with Boolean operators. Why we are mixing? Why? Because comparison operator, what it will do, it will compare and give the Boolean value, either true or false. So you can use them in expressions with the Boolean operators also. The AND, OR and NOT operators are called Boolean operators, as we have just studied, because they always operate on Boolean values true and false. While expressions like 4 less than 5 aren't Boolean values, they are expressions that evaluate down to Boolean values. Right? See, 4 less than 5 and 5 less than 6. It is explained how you see. First, it will evaluate for 4 less than 5. It is true. 5 less than 6. Yeah, it is true. True and true. As both are true, what you will get? You will get true. Understanding? From Boolean operators, it is 4 less than 5, 9 less than 6. See, here it will come true. Here it will come false. So, true and false, what you will get? False. 1 equals to 2, false. 2 equals to 2, true. So, it is OR. False or true is true. So, we are mixing Boolean as well as comparison operators in this. Here comparison operator is what? Less than, equals to. These are comparison operators. Boolean operators means we are comparing with the, we are comparing and doing an AND operation here, OR operation. So, it is a Boolean operator. So, it will give the Boolean value. Okay. Elements of flow control. As this topic itself is flow control, what are the elements of flow control we will see. Flow control statements often starts with a part called the condition and all are followed by a block of code called the clause. Flow control means it starts with some condition and block of code called clause. Condition, first initially it starts with a condition, then there is a block of code which need to be executed, that is called what? Clause. Conditions. Condition is just a more specific name in context of flow control statements. Condition always evaluate down to a Boolean value, true or false. Condition, what it will do? Condition, either it will compare, the comparison will be done in the conditions. So it will evaluate down to either it is true or false, whether the condition true or false. A flow control statements decide what to do based on whether the condition is true or false. If it is true, what to do. If it is false, what to do. It is going to control based on the conditions. Blocks of code. Lines of Python code can be grouped together in blocks. Blocks of code is nothing but what? Lines of Python code. What we can do is we can group together into a blocks. You can tell when a block begins and ends from the indentation of the lines of code. There are three rules of blocks. What are the three rules of blocks? We will see. Blocks begin when the indentation increases. Blocks can contain other blocks. Blocks end when the indentation decreases to 0 or to a containing blocks indentation. See, indentation is nothing but, if you see this program, you'll understand. If name equals to Mary, this colon should be there in the condition in the Python. There should be a space here. This is known as indentation. This indentation is compulsory. See, blocks within the indentation, this increases. Okay, blocks can contain other blocks. It can contain any other blocks. Blocks end when the indentation decreases to containing blocks indentation. At last, the blocks end when the indentation decreases to 0 or to containing block indentation. If name equals to Mary, print hello Mary. If password equals to Swordfish, print access granted, else print wrong password. For this, then now we will see some of these statements. What is that? Is if statements. An if statement clause, that is the block of if statement, will execute if the statement condition is true. If the if statement condition is true, it is going to execute the block of code which is there within the if statement. The clause is skipped if the condition is false. If it is false, it will skip and will go to the next condition or next block of code. In Python, an if statement consists of the following. What it consists? The if keyword, a condition. This is the condition, and a colon. Starting on the next line, an indentation block of code called the if clause. This is the indentation need to be provided, this space, and then a if clause. This is nothing, a block of code which is indented, that is called as if clause. It is clause, block of code. Here what it is given, if name equals to alias, string alias, this colon, print, indentation print, hi alias. See, start and will be there. In condition is what? In a rhombus field, right? Name equals to alias. If it is true, then it will print what? Hi alias. If it is false, it will end. That is the program. How it is written in the flowchart is also shown here. Else statements. An if clause can optionally be followed by an else statement. See, if there is some if statement, you can even write the else statement. Okay. The else clause is executed only when if statement's condition is false. See, if the if condition is false, if there is another condition, the if statement condition is false, it will go to automatically to the else condition. In plain English, can else statement could be read as if this condition is true, execute this, or else execute the code. If this condition is true, execute this code, or else it will go to the else condition. Understanding? Else statement always contains of the following: the else keyword and a colon itself. Starting on the next line, an indentation is provided, and else clause is also. Whichever the instructions you want, you can write under the after the indentation provided, that code will be executed. Okay. See, for else, you no need to provide any condition, because it will go to else only if this is false. If this is false, it will go to this condition. No need to provide any condition in the else statement. We'll see the flowchart. Start If name equals to Alice, what it will do? True, then print hi Alice. If it is false, what it will print? Print hello stranger, it is telling. So it will print hello stranger. If it is true, automatically it will go to end. Or if it is not, sorry, if it is true, it will automatically go to end. It will be done, the code is executed. If it is false, it will skip this if statement and it will go to the else statement and prints hello stranger, and it will end the program. Understanding? Elif statements. In case where you want one of many possible clauses to execute, the elif statement is an elif statement that always follows an if or another elif statement. It provides another condition that is checked only if any of the previous conditions were false. Same like after if you want many elif statements, only if else means only one statement. If you want many conditions, then you can use elif statement. It will only be executed if the previous statements, if either if or elif, previous elif statement is false. See, like this elif statements, you can write another elif statement, another condition. Like that, you can continue how many ever you want elif statements based on the condition. In code, an elif statement always consists of the following: the elif keyword, condition will be present here. Why? Because it has different conditions. That is an expression that evaluates to true or false. A colon. Starting on the next line, indentation block is same as for if and else statement, same like that. Start name equals to Alice. If it is true, it will print hi Alice. Then if it is false, if age is less than 12, then if it is true, then it will print you are not Alice kiddo. If it is false, it will directly go to end. Why? Because there are no other conditions present. Then there is a chain of elif statements. As I told, you can do chain of elif statements like this. Then by seeing the flow chart, we will understand this program. See, if name equals to Alice true, it will print hi Alice, correct? If age is less than 12, then it will print your Alice. You're not Alice, you're kiddo. If it is false, it will go to the next condition. That is, if age is greater than or 2000, it will check. If it is true, then it will tell what? Unlike you, Alice is not an undead, immortal vampire. Like that it will print. If this condition is also false, then it will go to next condition. What is it? If age is greater than or 100, it will check. If it is true, you are not Alice, you are granny, it will tell. You are not Alice, granny, it will tell. If this condition is also false, then it will go to end statement. If it is printed, for example, if any of the condition is printed, it will directly go to the true. Understanding like that, you should understand the flow control of the code. We will say while loop. Block of code can be executed over and over again with a while statement. The code in a while clause will be executed as long as the while statement's condition is true. See, while statement is what? It is going to execute the same code again and again until the condition is true. If the condition is false, then it will come out of the while clause. Understanding? How we will see with an example and what it consists. What all it consists? The while keyword. Okay, a condition should be given. Then a colon. That is an expression that evaluates to true or false. A colon. And an indentation is compulsory. An indented block of code, that is nothing but while clause. Initially, for example, spam you have initialized to 0. If spam is less than 5, if you see if statement, I am telling, print hello world, spam equals to spam plus 1. Okay, the same code we can write in while. How? Spam equals to 0, while spam is less than 5, print hello world, spam equals to spam plus 1. Here, it will print only once. Here, it will print 5 times. See, these statements are similar. Both if and while check the value of spam, and if less than 5, then print a message. When you run these two code snippets, something very different happens. For if statement, the output is simply hello world. Only once it will print, that is hello world. But for a while statement it will print 5 times. Why? Because it's executing over and over again. If you want many times to execute the same code, you can use while. If statement, it is going to give only once, that is hello world. That's it. Understanding? See, these are the two flowcharts which we have seen in the if statement and the while statement previously. See, if spam is less than 5, if it is true, it will print hello world only once. If it is false, it will directly go to end. If it is true, it is print hello world spam equals to spam plus 1. You'll get. But whereas while loop, if spam is less than 5, if it is true, it will print hello world spam equals to spam. It will print 5 times the same loop like this. It will going to 5 times. When 4 less than 5, when is 4, it comes 4 here. If it comes, when it comes 4, till then it is going to print. So this is a while loop kind. Means over and over again this block of code is executing, so it is called while loop. An annoying while loop, we'll see some kind of different kind of loop where name equals to a blank string while name is not equals to your name. Print please and type your name equals to input, print thank you. See, if you execute this code, what will happen is, see, please type your name, it is going to ask initially. When you type al, please type your name, again it is going to ask. Why? Because the condition what you have given, if name not equals to your name, if name is not equals to your name, and how many times that happens, those many times it will print please type your name. See, please type your name, again it is asking. If you type something, again it will ask. But when you type the name as your name itself, why? Because now name has become your name, correct, your name, then it will tell directly, it will jump, it will not be in the loop, it will come out of the loop and it will give as thank you. Understanding? In condition, in flowchart I'll explain once again. See, start, name equals to string, it is empty string. See, if name is not equals to your name, if name is given something else other than your name is not equals to your name. If it is not given, if this condition is true, if name is not equals to your name, then it will print please type your name like this. See, please type your name, please type your name, please type. It will print name, you will give as an input, as it is given as input, name input, you will give the input. But if name is not equals to your name, if name, if you given as your name only, your name, what it is mentioned, if the condition is false, then what it will do? It will do print thank you. Okay. Break statements. What are break statements? There is a shortcut to getting the program execution to break out of a while loops clause early. If the execution reaches a break statement, it immediately exit the while loops clause. In code, a break statement simply contains the break keyword. If you see here, while true, while true, while true means it is always true. The condition is always true. Print please type your name. It will ask please type your name equals to input. If name equals to your name, break. Print thank you. See, start. If name initially that's empty string. See, if it is true, it is always true. If it is true, while true, why? Because it will not come out of this loop itself. It is unconditional loop. Why? Because it is always true. Print please type your name is equals to input. If name equals to your name, if you have not given as your name, then false, it will go again. If it is true, if you give your name as your name itself, if you type this your name itself, then it will break and it will tell directly thank you. It will come out of the while loop. To come out of the while loop it is used. Or else this condition cannot happen itself. Why it is given like this? True can't become false. While true, there is no condition there. It is always true. This condition is always true. It can't come out of loop. To come out of loop, what you should do? Should give as your name correctly. then it will come, it will execute the break statement, then it will thank you, it will give thank you. If you give other than your name, if you give any other like previously like A B C D E F G like that, anything if you give, then what it will do, again the condition it will check while true, it is true, it is true, it is true, it will print please tell your name, please tell your name. Okay, like that. To come out of the statement of a while, you can use break. Understanding? Continuous statements. Continuous statements is nothing but break is it is going to break. Continue means it is continue to next instructions or code. Like break statement, continuous statements are used inside loops itself. When the program execution reaches a continuous statement, the program execution immediately jumps back to start of the loop and reevaluates the loop's condition. See, if it reaches a continuous statement, what it will do? The program execution, it will jump back to the loop. It will start to jump back to the loop and evaluates the loop condition. This is also what happens when the execution reaches the end of the loop. See, if the execution reaches the end of the loop, it will go back to the loop, right? Whether to check the condition. In the same way, continue loop also. If it sees somewhere continue in the loop, it will go back to the loop and it will again check for the condition. Same like if the execution comes in, how it will do, same continuous statement also will do the same. See again, if it is while true, who are you, print who are you, name equals to input, if name not equals to Joe, continue. If it name is not equals to Joe, we should continue it. Since if name not equals to Joe, continue means it again will go back to while statement. Print hello Joe, what is password, it is a fish. Okay, password equals to input, if password equals to swordfish, break it is. Print access granted. If you see your code, who are you, it will print first who are you, it will print first who are you. I am fine, thanks, who are you, I am fine. Then when it asks who are you, I am fine, thanks, who are you, it will ask. Okay, we need to type like that. Then who are you, again it will ask who are you. Why? Because we need to input the name should be Joe. If it is Joe only, it will go to the next statement. If they are making the condition true, name not equals to Joe, then it will continue to the while, again it is going to have who are you. If you give Joe now, then it will come out of the loop, then it will print hello Joe, what is password, it's a fish. See, if you put Mary as the password, then again it will go to the while statement, Mary, who are you, again you should give Joe. If it is Joe, if it is correct, then it will give hello Joe, what is the password, is the fish. Then if you give swordfish only, then it will break out of from the loop and will give access granted. Should understand the programming in this way. See, for loops and the range function. For loops and the range function. We will see now for loop. The while loops keep looping while its condition is true, right? Which is the reason for its name. But what if you want to execute a block of code only a certain number of times? You can do this with a while loop statement and a range function. See, you can do using the while for loop with the range function. How many certain number of times only you want to repeat? Like 4 times, 3 times, 6 times, like that. You can provide range. In a code, for statement looks something like for I in range of 5 and always includes the following. We will see how. For I in range, right? The range, how many times you want, you should mention in this bracket. The for keyword should be there. The for keyword, a variable name you can give here, it have to I. It is not compulsory that you take I. You can take J, K, L, M, like that. You can take any number, any variable. Usually we will take I for I. In a range keyword, the in keyword and a call to the range method with up to 3 integers passed to it. We can pass 3 integers to it, a colon starting on the next line, an indentation block of code. That is nothing but for clause. The indentation is compulsory for loops, and the condition what you want to, the statement what you want to execute. See, print initially you are going to print my name is, for I in range 5 times. 5 times it is going to print that Jimmy 5 times. Jimmy 5 times 0. See, Jimmy 5 times 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, why it is giving like that? See, Jimmy 5 times, it is going to string how in the form of string plus a string. Jimmy 5 times plus, it is going to plus string of I. String of I is what? The value of the range. Which number? Plus, it is going to plus bracket, again close the bracket. Okay, we're adding it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, it is going to give the number also, how many times it is printed. See, if you see the flow chart, start print my name, it will print. Then for I in range, looping. How? Print Jimmy 5 times. And it will continues, it will print 5 times and it will come done looping, it will come out of the loop. End. The starting, stopping and stepping arguments to range. See, some functions can be called with multiple arguments separated by a comma, and range is one of them. This lets you change the integer passed to range to follow any sequence of integers, including starting at a number other than 0. See, you can, as I told previously a slide, that we can pass 3 arguments. Now we will say with 2 arguments. For I in range 12, 16, print I. 12, 16 means what? Between 12, 13, 14, 15, it is 16, it will not print. Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, it will print. The range function can also be with 3 arguments. It can also have 3 arguments. The first 2 arguments will be start and stop value, same like the start and stop. And the third will be the step argument. The step is amount the time the variable is increased by after each iteration. See, 0 to 10 is the start and stop time, and 2. For every 2 step it is going to print. Like see, 0, add then we want 2. Why? Because step you give as 2, 4, 6, 8 till 10. How many you will get? So many you will print. Understanding? You can even use a negative number for step argument to make the for loop count down instead of up. See, we can give even negative values like 5, -1, print time. See, it will give 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. See, this is the start, this is the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and the -1 is the step. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Understanding? Like that, you can give the minus values also. Importing modules. Python programs can call a basic set of functions called built-in functions, including the print, input and len functions you have seen before. See, print, it will print. Input, it will take the input. Length, it will find the length of the string. Okay, these are some built-in functions which are there. You need to import them. Python also come with a set of modules called the standard library. There is a standard library present in Python. For example, the math module has a mathematical related function like random module, random number, related functions and so on. Math module. Before you can use the functions in a module, you must import the module with an import statement. Before using that library, what we should do is write an import statement like this, import, and whichever library you want, you need to mention. In code, an import statement consists of the following. See, the import keyword you will write, the name of the module, optionally more module names as long as they are separated by comma. You can even add comma and you can write many more module names side by side. Import, the keyword you should write, and the module name what you want to import, and any of the module names you can continuously write by separating comma. See, for example, right, see, import random is a function. Import random for I in range 5. Print random dot rand integer 1, 10. See, if you want to print something from the random, you need to mention like random dot, you should take the function name random dot rand int random integer you want 1, 10. From 1, 10, any random integer of 5 random integers you need to print. You'll get output like this. Any numbers you can get. The random.randint function call evaluates to a random integer value between two integers that you passed. Since randint is in the random module, you must first type random in front of the function name to tell Python to look for this function inside the random module. See, we need to put random. Why? Because it need to check inside the random and give the values between 1 to 10. Here's an example of an import statement that imports 4 different modules. See, you can, I told no that you can import any number of libraries like random, sys, os, math by separating by a comma. You can import directly from import statements. An alternative form of the import statement is composed of the form from keyword followed by the module name, the import keyword and a star. For example, from random import star. You can use like this also to import. Ending the program early with system.exit, that is sys.exit brackets. This always happens if the program executions reaches the bottom of the instructions. What happens when it reaches the bottom of the instructions? It will exit from the program. However, you can cause the program to terminate or exit by calling the sys.exit function. If you want the program to be earlyly end, you should end the program early. Then you can use sys.exit function. Since this function is in the sys module, you have to import first sys before your program can use it. See, use import sys. While true, if it is true, print type exit to exit, response equals to input. If response equals to exit, system.exit. Okay, print you typed plus response. Like this, you can it will execute till here, and it will give sys.exit. It will execute. It will exit from the while loop, and it will exit from the whole program itself. This program has an infinite loop. Yeah, why? Because it is while true. It is always true. Infinite loop with no break statements inside. There is no break statement. The only way this program will end if the user enters, causing sys.exit to be called. See, as it is infinite loop, while true is always true. So there is no break statement also to stop the program. So if you put this value, if you put this sys.exit only, then only it is exits the program. When response is equals to exit, the program ends. Since the response variable is set by the input function, the user must enter exit in order to stop them. If you put exit, if you just write the input as exit, then it will come out of the program. Understanding? So I have completed all the flow control statements in this video. Flow control, what are the different loops and all. So with a new topic in Python, I will do one more video in the next video. Till then, I'm stopping this video now here. Thank you. Sri Sai Tech Edu YouTube channel. Read, lead, success. Keep reading.